Hey, ladies, good morning. What a great Monday to be alive. Happy Monday, happy beginning of the week. So, I'm going to talk to you guys today about just making sure that you're getting the results that you want out of your lifting programs. It's so important. So, quickly, for those of you who are new, my name is Kristen. I've been a trainer nutritionist for over 12 years now. I have my bachelor's in exercise science, my master's in international business, and tons of certifications to include, obviously, being a personal trainer, being a nutritionist, levels 1 through 3, Olympic lifting, group fitness, corrective exercise, therapy, like mindset, tons of stuff. This has been my entire adult career, and I was also I created and taught nutrition courses for the military when I was active duty. So this has really been my life. So the philosophy, or where I teach from, is I help women create a really healthy and fit physique that they can sustain for life. So I do focus on muscle building, muscle shaping, body shaping, right? It's so much more than, can you give your client a great workout? For me, it's not that. Yeah, we have great workouts, but I'm here to help you guys get a very specific result. And so today, I'm going to teach you just some tips of how to get that specific result, okay? So the first thing that you need to know is, what is your goal? Do you have a specific goal? For a lot, and please type it in the comments if you're open to sharing. I'd love to hear it, and it's good to put it out there. For a lot of you, it's, I want to lose fat and I want to gain muscle mass. Beautiful. That's a phenomenal goal. Body recomposition, right? We're changing the composition of your body. But do you know ideally what you want to look like? Do you want to be just kind of more lean? Do you want to be like a little more curvy with muscles? Like, do you have that vision in your mind? Because if you don't really know where you want to go, then how will you know if your program is set to get you there, right? If you're just working out, great. That's going to improve your health. That's going to improve your mental well-being. If you're lifting weights, it's going to improve your bone density. Like, there's so much good out of that. For those who want to take it to the next level and say, but I also want to love how I feel in my skin and clothes. It's not vain, in my opinion, to want to feel and look amazing, right? When you look and feel amazing, you're not thinking about your body and your jeans when you're out with your loved ones or your friends, right? You can go be more authentically you when you feel dynamite in the body that you're living in. That's not vain. I personally think that's self-care. So that's what I'm going to teach you guys today. Love it, Nancy. Just starting, working on losing, but with shad muscle. Beautiful. Research shows you can lose fat and gain muscle at the exact same time. If you want to see that research, comment body recomp research, and I'll tag you in that, okay? I do a lot of research reviews in this group because there's so much crappy information out there, not to sugarcoat it, and we really steer away from fads and social media and all that kind of crap, and we really focus on peer-reviewed research within the last 3 to 5 years, and I always stay up on that as the years progress to keep bringing you high-quality information and education. Okay, perfect, Nancy, I got you. I'll tag you in that at the end of this. Okay, so the first thing to make sure you're getting the results you want out of your workouts. One, what is your specific goal? And then make sure that your program is set to achieve that. Now, I'm going to go into the nitty gritty now for those of you who are creating their own workouts or who want to just double check if someone's creating your workouts for you, just really double check what your program is set for, okay? So volume. So again, I'm speaking to women who want to shape their body, right? They want this specific look that they love and feel good in, and it's different for everyone. You choose. You're the only one that gets to choose, which is great. So research shows that the muscles you want to grow need to have 10 to 24 sets per week, okay? Now, you can't do it all in one phase or one workout, 1 week, right? You can't. There's just not enough time. For most of us, we live a life, right? We work, we're busy professionals, whatever. So you can't get the volume for every muscle group in. So what I do for my clients and myself is for most of us, we have 4-week phases. So every 4 weeks, their workouts change. So I program them within a 6 or 12 month, like I program it at one time, 6 or 12 months for most, right? And then I give it 4 weeks at a time. So I'm gonna share it as a 12 month, okay? So let's say in 12 months, They want to grow their shoulders, lean out arms, bring their waist in, lift the glutes, and tone the legs. Like just create a really feminine, fit physique they can feel confident in while they improve their health. So what I do is I say, okay, what does she need, right? So I do a lot of volume on the lower body and the glutes because for probably like 85 to 95% of women, our legs, our low belly, and our hip come in last. They drop fat last, they tone last, and so I put a lot of volume. So for my clients that do 5 days a week of training, we do 2 days upper body, 3 days lower body. The lower body usually looks like a glute day, a hamstring glute day, and a quad glute day. The upper body looks like a back and shoulder day, and then the other day depends on the woman. I personally don't program a lot of arms for ladies unless like their upper body struggles to grow, which is not very common because the arms, the biceps and the triceps are secondary movers to a chest press, to a row, to a lot of lifts. And so we don't need to build these massive arms because they're going to build muscle and lean and tone through training your shoulders, your back, and other bigger muscle groups. So you have a better bang for your buck basically in the gym. If I see this all the time, and I've done it myself way back in the day, when you put a lot of volume on arms, you get all the fat off and you're like, I don't really love what my body looks like. I don't have a lot of shape. I have fit arms, but I don't have a lot of shape. It's like, well, yeah, you have these massive arms, but you don't really have shoulders. You don't really have the back or whatever. And it's just because the volume was misplaced. Totally a common mistake, right? Totally common. The other thing is, especially when women are initially working through form, when they're rowing, let's say doing a cable row, if you're not quite sure how to fully engage your back, you're using all arms or mostly arms. And so then you're training arms again. So there's just so much volume on your arms that your other body parts just aren't able to develop, okay? So let me backtrack now. So 10 to 24 sets per week. So I typically do 2 to 3 muscle groups as the focus for each phase, okay? So for example, I have phase 1 of an ultimate physique program, right? And phase 1, I'm going to focus on their upper glute. Well, actually, let's say I'm going to focus on their lower glutes, their hamstrings, and their shoulders. Great. Lower glute and hamstring are really similar exercise. So it's awesome. So we can put a ton of volume. The muscle group for that phase that I'm prioritizing, I put on their Monday and Tuesday training sessions. Usually you have the most energy in the beginning of the week and in the beginning of your lift. So whatever muscle we're really trying to develop and grow and shape, it will be at the beginning of their lift and the beginning of their week. Okay? So that's a good rule of thumb to think about. Now, it's okay to do less than 10 sets for a muscle group, but not if it's your primary muscle group for that week because it's not going to grow. You may maintain it, which is wonderful, but if you want to see that physical change and that physical growth, you'll need to put this study was done actually by Brett Contreras, if you guys are familiar with him, the 10 to 24 sets per week to grow, okay? So for example, the phase that I'm doing shoulders, lower glute, and hamstring, their quad may have 10 sets that week, and that's okay. The next 4-week phase, maybe I'll focus on their upper glute and their quad or something like that. And so their hamstring may have lower volume. That's okay. Over the 12-month program, their body is balanced to stay injury free, but we're able phase by phase. So remember, for us, it's about 4-week phases. Phase by phase, they're able to put a lot of volume in those different muscles, which is why we're able to shape the body how they're wanting to shape it. Cool. Yeah, Britt. Good. Yeah. Brittany, this girl, I wish you could just maybe, Brittany, can you post a quick picture of yourself right now? I've been working with Brittany for a long time. I think over a year now, right? We got quite a ways to go. Her body, y'all just see it. Brittany, please post a picture if that's okay. I'm calling you out. If not, it's totally fine. But she's just such a beautiful example. Actually, I'm going to share her story really quick. This client has kept me on my toes, which I really appreciate. She is a type A, busy mom, wife, professional, And she likes to know the nitty gritty of every single detail. Why are we doing this? What is this working? What about this, and this? I'm like, this is great. I'm like, you are making sure that I know my stuff. Like, it's helping me. Oh, that's okay, Brittany. Is it okay? She's like, I don't know if it's and no pressure. Is it okay if I share that picture you shared in Telegram? And again, if not, it's totally fine. But you just let me know. Your face is covered on, I think. But it's great because when you, especially if you have a trainer, ask those questions. Why are we doing this? She goes, oh, thank you, Brittany. She goes, why don't we have more calves? I'm like, Britt, you have like 9 sets of calves this phase, but this phase, I can't put all the volume on your calves or I can't grow your booty like you want me to grow. And so it's great. So ask your trainer questions. So I'm going to quickly show you her picture because thank you so much, Brittany, because I think there's just so much value in visually seeing. And so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And just stop me if I'm sharing too much, but I think we'll be okay. But she, it took a little bit of time for her to be okay with growing quads because as women, you know, beautiful, here it is. Sometimes we get a little afraid to grow our legs and stuff. But the thing is, just having a trainer, having someone to talk through those things is just beautiful because then you can really decide what you're wanting. So here it is. Okay, let me share this image really quick. This isn't everybody's body type or body goal, and that's okay. This is just hers, and that's beautiful because you get to choose your own body. This is her, this queen. So we took a break of training because of a situation, not like with me, but just in her own life. And so we didn't train like every single month. I think, Britt, we took November, December, January, February off about 2022, 2023. Oh my gosh, like she's so stunning and so fit. Guess how many sets of arms this woman did? Like none. Basically none. And look at her gorgeous arms. Instead, we focused on her primarily. For her, I focused on her glutes, her shoulders, and her back, which is usually what I focus on women. When you focus on your lats, wide training, it creates the illusion of bringing your waist in. We are bringing waist in through cutting the fat off, but growing your lats creates that beautiful shape. And then growing the shape this way is glutes and quads. And so that was something I chatted through with her, where she was like, I want this hourglass shape, but I don't want to grow my legs. I'm like, but your frame doesn't quite support that. And that's okay, right? Because everybody's frame is different. Everybody's different. And so her and now we get to work on growing her legs, and I'm very excited. Thank you, Brittany, for allowing that vulnerability. Cool. All right, so let's jump back into the teaching. So that's volume. So you focus on volume, and I really wanted to hit home that you just don't need to put a lot of volume on your arms, okay? Oh yeah, let me share this because this is so beautiful. You totally built me in a way that cardio never could. And you know, I'm not here to say cardio is pointless because it's not. It's great. It's, you know, some of my clients use it for mental health. Some of my clients use it as just a break from their lifting. That's great. Is it required for fat loss? No. Is it required for heart health? I don't believe so because we can do different rep schemes with lifting. Like a set of 25, that is really different than a set of 8. Okay. Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much, Brittany. Okay. Great. And then, okay, so that was volume, making sure that you're focusing on a muscle for each phase, and then making sure that you are still balanced over a 6 to 12 month period. If you're not balanced, injury can occur, right? If you're putting loads of volume on your quads, which we're quad dominant by nature, and not enough volume on your hamstrings. So if you're doing tons of glute and tons of quad, but not enough on your hamstrings, you may create an injury because you're creating all these muscle imbalances, right? It's dangerous actually. So make sure that you have a balanced program. The other thing I want to actually add to this, which it is important for shaping, but it's actually more important for health and longevity and just fitness and longevity, is Eliminating muscle imbalances. The way to do this is to do single limb exercises. It helps with your balance, which is great. I hope my internet is okay, you guys. I am getting this notification. But it's also going to make sure that both sides are equally as strong. You have to do single limb work because otherwise, like if you're using a machine or if you're only using a barbell, one side can compensate for the other while you're lifting up. Whereas if you're doing dumbbell or single limb dumbbell, that side is forced to do all the work. What I love about this too, especially if you film yourself, let's say that this side is weaker. So you're doing shoulder press. So look right here. My trap is not activated, right? It's just my shoulder. The weaker side sometimes may go, whoop, elevate, press. That's such a good indicator, like, uh-oh, the shoulder's not strong enough for that weight, and so the trap is coming to help, or you just need to like practice putting your shoulder blades in your back pocket, basically. Not a roll. That was a bad example. Push them down, slight squeeze back. So only progress as fast as the weaker side. So if you can push 20 pounds on your right, you can only push 15 with proper form on your left. Just let the right hang out, do the 15 reps or however many I said, do the 15 reps and then only progress the stronger side as fast as the weaker so you can create muscle balances, okay? Same with your legs, your glutes, single leg hip thrust, single leg squat, step ups, single leg shoulder press, single arm bicep curl, rarely, right? Single arm row, stuff like that. Even cable, it doesn't have to be a dumbbell, okay? So vital for health and just in general. Okay, the next thing to just get really great results from your lifting program, assuming that you want to just build and shape this fit feminine physique, right? Play with tempo, phases, which I'll talk about in a second, weight and form. So tempo. This is underutilized, I believe. So tempo, if you want a video on this, just comment tempo video and I'll send you a video of exactly what it means. Not necessarily how to use it. I'll share that now, but what it means. So you might see tempo look like 3010. Those are seconds. Okay. The first number is the eccentric movement, moving with gravity. The third number is the concentric, moving away from gravity, the hardest part of the movement. By changing your timing of your lift, you create totally different results. It puts a different type of stress on your muscle going 1, 1 versus 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1. It's totally different. You can also do like quarter reps, right? Down, up a quarter, down, up. You can do something called 21s, which I don't normally do with presses, but like a ladder raise, you go 7 pulses up here, 7 full reps, and then 7 down here. It just puts a different stress on the muscle, which creates variety, right? If we're doing the same exercise over and over and over and over, your body is going to adapt and you're going to plateau. I see it all the time. That's why my clients do 4-week phases. Some stretch to 6 if they're doing like 3 days a week. Most of my girls, they're doing 4-week phases, which is what I primarily do too. Sometimes 5 if I miss a lift here or there. So you're constantly getting variety. Your central nervous system is constantly getting shocked. And so it's like, whoa, what's going on here? So your body is constantly changing. It's beautiful. So you never have to deal with that plateau as long as your nutrition is on point. Okay, the next thing, play with phases. So for my ladies, yes, we do variety in different phases. We do different movements, different tempos, different rest times, stuff like that. But we also play with different set schemes. So for example, sometimes they'll do 4 reps. Sometimes they'll do 25. Sometimes they'll do 8. Sometimes they'll do 18. Sometimes they'll do 10. Sometimes they'll do 12. Sometimes they'll do 15. Sometimes they'll do what's called undulating periodization, where they go, let's see, what I typically do, if I recall correctly, I think I do 4 to 6 reps, 8 reps, 12 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps, and then that's their day. And so the sets are just totally different. The lower the rep, the higher weight you're lifting, the more weight you're lifting. The higher the rep, the less weight you're lifting, and it's more like an endurance style lifting, which is more similar to cardio. The mental resiliency it takes to lift 18 reps oh my gosh, like that is hard. That is hard. It also takes a different type of mental resiliency to lift 4 reps. That's also so hard. And so now you get to build your mind and your body in all these different rep schemes. So you are becoming a much stronger woman physically, emotionally, and mentally by changing up these varieties and by changing things up. And your body is changing time and time and time again, week after week after week. So it's exciting and it stays motivating, right? Okay. Okay, so let's pause and I'm gonna Dee Dee, I know you asked about protein powder. I will comment just because this video is just about weightlifting, and so I will comment on that. Brittany said, why do some trainers say you don't need to change your workouts? I say this respectfully, my guess is they don't know how to program design. That's the only possible thing I can think of. And I just went through so many interviews hiring trainers, and I only hired one because I'm like, this is crazy that I'm actually about to partner with the CEO, Nutritional Coaching Institute. We have a meeting to talk through this and so I can create a training school to take everyone from his personal training certification to then funnel them through this training school to basically mentor. So we've talked about doing a scholarship, but I'm going to propose to him like, hey, why don't we do this whole training school so they can like become better performing trainers to impact the world with better health and better education rather than, well, Sally, let's go through a great workout today. It's like, how is that benefiting them long term? That's great for an hour. What about the rest of their life? So struck a chord, girlfriend. Struck a chord. So that's my guess. Ask them. If they say you don't need to change your workout, say, please tell me exactly why. Tell me exactly why. And tell me what they say. Because I'd like to hear it, honestly. Okay. Next thing. Increase your weight. So form is above everything. If you're not lifting with proper form, you're not ready to increase your weight. Okay. We are so focused on injury prevention. It's not worth it. It's just your ego wanting to lift weight over form. Just ditch it. If anyone deals with that, focus on form first. I will actually be putting out more form and technique videos here in the coming months to just teach you guys more about that. There's so much need for the nutrition, the macro side. So the lifting side tends to fall by the wayside a little bit. But I'll be focusing on that with content. So bringing you guys that value more. So now let's talk about weight really quick. So the rule of thumb that my clients have is if you can do 2 or more reps than what I prescribe with proper form, you need to increase your weight. So if I prescribe 3 times 12 shoulder press and with proper form, you can do 14 reps, you need to increase your weight. This next part is my philosophy. If you're working with a trainer, ask them. But what I believe and what I like to do and what I think is great for muscle building and just overall development mentally and physically is treat every set by itself. So if I say do 3 sets of 12, just focus on 1 set at a time. How much weight can I lift this 1 set? Great, that set's behind me. Next set, how much weight in this set alone can I lift instead of saying how much weight can I lift for 3 sets? Okay. It helps you progress faster in your weight, definitely in your increasing your weight, lifting weight, not body weight. And then with form, if you're not lifting with proper form, you're most likely not engaging the right muscles. And so then they're also not going to develop and shape the right way. So recording yourself can really help. If you're working with a quality trainer, send them the videos, go back and forth. I love when clients send me videos because we're just constantly working on form. And again, you're protecting your body from any injury. So Brittany says, I like the variety you bring, not only because I'm constantly learning and it's interesting, yeah, but certain workouts I like better. Yeah, that's a good point. It keeps the mind stimulated. Yes, heck yeah. Yeah, cool. And then one more, she said, I thought I needed to perform all sets with that weight. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I didn't communicate that better. Yes, always treat every set as its own. Okay, cool. So here, I'll go ahead on Dee Dee because that's actually all the notes I had for you guys for now for getting the most bang for your buck out of your lifting sessions. Make sure if you're just tuning in, watch the video. We went through quite a few techniques here. They're all so important. They're all equally important, honestly. I don't feel like one is more important than the other. There are other things, but these are really like the main the main things that if you're not doing them, just start to make those small changes. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just start changing things one at a time. And the first thing I would recommend changing, of course, make sure you're lifting the proper form always. But the second thing is have your workouts 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes they can extend to 8, fine. I have found the sweet spot for clients like mental excitement, like Brittany was saying, body change, stuff like that, to be right at about 4 weeks. Again, some are 6, but right about 4. So I would change that first, and then make sure how much volume are you putting on each muscle each week over a 6 to 12 month program. I know that's probably a lot for you guys. So if you have questions, DM me or post in the comments. All right, Ms. Didi, what protein powder do you recommend? Trying to hit that protein macro, looking for something that goes well with savory foods. Okay, well, I love lean body shakes. These are my go-to. A lot of my clients were putting them in coffee, and I was like, no, you guys, I hate that. And now I love it. I don't know what the switch was, but I get this right off leanbody.com. 40 grams of protein, grab and go for breakfast. I have 3 in my car right now, all closed. They don't need to be refrigerated. Best grab and go snack, great for travel. Awesome, awesome for busy females, moms, professionals, whatever. Savory foods, yeah, you can do chicken, shrimp, whitefish, shellfish. Those are very lean proteins. Lean ground turkey, bison, like ground bison, lean ground beef. It doesn't necessarily have to be lean, but typically women have the issue of, I'm going over my fat and I haven't hit my protein. It's like, that's okay, it's normal. You just need to get a little more leaner sources. So if you want it 85% beef, no problem. But maybe the other protein throughout the day is more lean. Low to no fat cottage cheese, the lean meat sources that I shared, tofu. There's lots of I'm like looking at Brittany. I'm like, there's some vegetarian options that she's really good at. But yeah, I think those are a lot of proteins that I shared. Those are quite a bit. I think the shellfish, whitefish, chicken, and turkey are awesome lean sources. Cool. Great. I hope that helps, Didi. If you have more questions, let me know. I do have like example meal plans. I have tons of stuff I can send you guys for free. Okay. All right. Great, great, great. So let me keep looking through these. Yeah, this is a good question. This is a great question. Most of my workouts are on machines, a few with dumbbells. Can I stick to machines and still progress? This is such a good question. I saw someone recently say, only use the barbell. I also saw, so let's say with that. I personally love to use cables and bands, dumbbells, and a barbell. And I'm actually going to start implementing more machines into my clients' programming. Here are the benefit and the negative of all of them. Machines. They do not work your stabilizer muscles because the machine is stabilizing for you. So not great to just use machines because your muscles are going to grow, but your stabilizer muscles are not getting strong. And so your body's not going to be able to support you when you go to barbell or dumbbells or everyday living when you have to use your stabilizer muscles. It's actually not safe because if you trip and fall, you may have super strong quads, but all the little stabilizer muscles around your knee haven't been able to work because the leg extension's been doing it for you, right? So not the best. Machines are great to isolate. You can lift more weight. Why? Because the machine is stabilizing for you, so you don't have to use as many muscles. It's more isolated. If you are a brand new beginner, machines may be great, but it's not an end-all be-all, and I wouldn't just stick with machines. It's long-term, it's doing you a great disservice. I have probably half my clientele. So I've trained almost 500 women now to this point. And in all those women, let me just like quickly recap all my ladies, probably a third, maybe more, train at home, adjustable dumbbells and bands, and they see phenomenal progress. So you really can just use dumbbells and bands. My women who train at the gym, we use the barbell, we use dumbbells, and we use cables. That's it. But again, I'm going to start implementing some machines as variety for them, actually. And some isolated work, but it's more just additional variety. Also, one thing I'll actually add to that is I have found, because I do a lot of my clients' programs too, because I want to feel the inside, like, okay, what exactly are they feeling with this whole setup? It's one thing to look at it, it's another thing to go do their programs, you know? Um, and I realize I tend to program really challenging, which is why I think I call in the type A, the self-led woman, the one who's ready to take her lifestyle to the next level. She's gotten all the results she can. She's made great progress, but now she's stuck. She wants to go to that next level. That's really the type of woman that I work best with. And I have found that if you put too much technical work at the end of the lift, your nervous system in your brain, you're just so tired that it's more mentally and physically challenging to excel at those technical lifts at the end of the workout. So I would rather stack like 2 technical lifts. A technical lift would be like a single leg deadlift. That is hard, right? Things that require a lot of thought. A deadlift itself is technical. A shoulder press is not, right? So putting those more technical lifts in the beginning, medium technical lifts in the middle, and then more like machine or not easy work, but like less thought process work at the end. I think women thrive more with that, just because they're working really hard, right? They're tired, right? Cool. Okay, I hope that answered that all. Again, dumbbells are great to eliminate muscle imbalances, so you can do single limb work. If you're not using dumbbells, I highly recommend it for sure. You could do it with cables too, but dumbbells are great. Oh yeah, Brittany, another protein, Isopure protein. Here's, oh yeah, egg whites for sure. Yep, good. Okay, cool. Is it possible to hire you to set up a macro diet? You betcha, yeah. Because I can't see your name, I'm sorry. I'll be able to, once I jump off here, go ahead, send me a DM, we'll talk through it. My team and I will definitely help you. We love to impact women for long-term life, right? We'll help you get great results, but we'll help you sustain those results for the rest of your life, because it's all about that, right? So we use macros as habit stacking. So we get the fat off through nutrition while we build your body through the weightlifting. So as you're revealing your beautiful body by getting the fat off, you're like, oh, I love what I look like, instead of saying, I got to my goal weight and I don't like what I look like. It's very sad. It happens a lot. Not with us. But if you don't know what your program is set and you're just working out, right? Okay, cool. And then this lovely lady said, I 100% agree. I love upper body machines, but recently switched up to a barbell and realized my balance was completely off. Yeah, because you weren't standing properly with the machine. Does it require good posture? It's so true. I'm now using a barbell and low weight and building up as I go. And I love it, Brittany. Thank you. And feel I'm actually using my upper body strength way more, even though I'm lifting less. You are. Yeah, you're using different muscles. You're actually having your body do the work instead of the machine do the work. I love that. Love you, Brittany. Thanks, girlfriend. So you know what's funny is Brittany was a giveaway winner like in 2022, the beginning, or maybe 2021. She was actually a 12-week giveaway winner. Then she purchased a 6-month program, and then she has sent so many referrals that she keeps like just getting free programming, which is a beautiful win-win, because obviously we love to impact women, and our client experience, and 2022 client experience is the highest priority to us. Like, actually, my core values, the very first one is treat every single client like they're at a 5-star luxury resort. Like, that is really the type of love and care and commitment we really work for and have for every individual woman. And we make mistakes. Like last week, I sent a voice message to my client for Monday check-ins. The voice message didn't go through. So for 4 days, which I reach out every single Monday, she didn't get any message from me. And then on Thursday, she sent me a message, and I'm like, how did you not message me earlier? Like, I'm so sorry. So I gave her a free week. So it's like, even when we make mistakes, we're constantly like, Brittany, I gave you a free week for something. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I put a chest press in there when you're like, I can't do this chest press. And I put it in there, just, human. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So I love that. Yeah. So we're always just here to just love you guys and really care about you always. Even as, my Facebook group, like we're here to just love you and provide good impact. And my new trainer, Megan, she'll be coming on. We're just finishing her onboarding. She'll be coming on and showing her face and doing videos as well. She's postpartum. And so she's actually going to be a client and a trainer at the same time. She's a great trainer. But I just wanted to support her on the client trainer side as well, so she could get like the inside view while she starts training clients. So I'm very excited to just have her on and just keep pouring into you guys, because thank you, Brittany, I love you, you're so sweet. I just want to share one more quick thing. I remember what it was like I think it was 2010. I felt so uncomfortable in my skin. Oh, I hated it. I hated getting dressed. I was in college, like just very beginning of college. I hated getting dressed. I hated going out with my friends. I felt like crap about myself. I thought about it all the time. It was weighing on me mentally and emotionally. I hated it. Same with postpartum. Oh, I lost my identity. I had gained 50 pounds in my pregnancy. I had just competed in a bikini comp, gained 50 pounds. I was like 205 when I gave birth. Never been that in my life. And I remember way back when, so in 2010, well, actually, I guess it was 2011 in the beginning, when I first learned how to be fit and feel good in my skin, I remember saying, I will never let another woman, as much as I can help it, not know how to get from point A to point B and feel incredible in her skin. And that has been my mission ever since for 12 and a half years now. And that will be it. Because everyone deserves to look and feel how they want, to feel good, to put their clothes on and be like, okay, I feel great about myself. I can fill my cup up and have all this self-love talk in a humble and wonderful way, because this is great and I'm healthy and I'm taking care of myself, not doing it in a starvation way or a pill way or a diet way, but in a way that will really serve you for the rest of your life, so you don't have to do this gain loss thing. Because my gosh, how exhausting is that? And it's like, can you be fully intimate with your significant other when you feel like crap about yourself? I couldn't. Sucks, So we're here to pour into you. We're here to teach you. We're here to love you. So any questions you have, anything you want me to cover, anything you want me to dig in the research about, tell me. I always will. I love it. I always will, because it also helps me keep my skills sharp. So thank you for that. Okay, you guys, any questions or anything, please send me a DM, please comment below, and I will always answer those to the best of my ability. And if I don't know the question or the answer, I'll go find the answer and then report back to you. We'll have a discussion about it. Great. Have a great day, you guys. Thank you for being here. Way to continue your education, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. It's almost summer.